let me give y'all a quick rundown of my picks for Divisional round 2025. I almost freaking forgot. Posted some polls in community tab, so I didn't do a whole overview this year, but let's just do the picks. We're gonna go in order Saturday to Sunday. Saturday, you got the Houston Texans taking on Kansas City Chiefs, and usually people like to follow Vegas. I believe they are 8.5-point favorite on some of the sport books as I seen Kansas City. Most people think this is going to be an upset. They're always looking for the upset to upset the money line. In my opinion, it's just too much to overcome. Houston just cut that Deontay Thompson or Johnson, used to be with the Steelers and the Panthers, was with Baltimore, and got cut from Baltimore, ended up on Houston, ended back up on Baltimore. And then he can't even play until next season. So, I mean, Baltimore make a Super Bowl run, Deontay Johnson can't even help them. But so they still, it still got some serviceable guys. John Minchie was that guy with Jameson Williams at Alabama, who played with the Lions, by the way. Shout out to J-Mo, Waymo. It was a couple other guys I feel like I seen out there. What's the other brother out there used to play at USC and LA Rams? Robert Woods. So they're pretty much comfortable with a lot of the other guys they got, man. But Joe Mixon's still around. And one thing I started to notice about Kansas City is that defense started to wear down from carrying that offense all year. So, defense started to wear down a lot. So, Houston, I believe, have the defense to match up with, Kansas City. Not sure if Hollywood Brown is 100% suited and booted to go. But, like I said before, he'll be out. I mean, we'll be ready to really, really go. But, our defense had about 2 weeks off. I think they needed the rest, being 15-1, or was it 16-1? Was it 16-1? So yeah, they was playing a lot of competitive game. That defense might have had it may be ready for the pickings, to be honest. I just think they just took so much. They just really carried the offense. So we get Hollywood Brown back. I think Pacheco back. So the offense really going to have to score some points. If I'm Houston, I think my game plan is just trying to move the chains. I'm just trying to move the chains. Keep the offense on the field. Make that defense play more snaps. I'm just going to keep moving the chains. Put so much snaps on the defense. And I think at this point, at some point, C.J. Stroud got to use his legs. Fool, you got to run. And I think it'd be a perfect game to throw a monkey wrench in Kansas City and throw some design runs to C.J. Stroud. It's this new fad of quarterbacks coming out that have the athleticism, black quarterbacks to run. They refuse to run. Shedeur Sanders is one of them. C.J. Stroud is one of them. Run. Y'all ain't Byron Leftwich. I think it'll be, if they're going to beat Kansas City, it's going to be on the strength of Kansas City defense. It's going to be on the strength of C.J. Stroud legs. He's got to run. If he ran versus Georgia, they probably would have won the national championship. He has to run. I think they should call about 10 quarterback design runs for him on Sunday. Kansas City won't be prepared for it because it's not nothing that they usually do. I guarantee, especially you get in that red area, man, start calling some design runs, some run passes, some run options. Some pass options where you run the option, you pass off the option, man, that'd be dope. But I got Kansas City. I think it'll be a 27. I'll get Houston a garbage time touchdown. 21-7. It won't be competitive. They cover that spread easy. Then Saturday afternoon, you got the Lions and the Commanders. I did a prediction video on my Detroit channel, Mercy Sports Talk. So if you want to go over there, that link's in the description. Long story short, I like the Lions by 6. But the Commanders got me shook a little bit. They're a good football team. Jaden Daniels, they could be a team of destiny, the Hail Mary. Athletic quarterbacks get Lions problems. Lions got a line of 9.5. So Vegas is going to break somebody. And the number 1, 2 favorites to break is either Kansas City or Detroit. I think they're going to break somebody for an upset. So I like the Lions by 6, but take it for a grain of salt. I don't like picking Lions games. All right, going Sunday. The first game is the Rams and the Eagles. That's another game. I think the Eagles are favored by 6.5. A lot of people like, okay, so, one or two of these games going to be upsets. Out of those 3. So, if you notice, the Texans and Chiefs, 8.5, the Lions, Washington, 9.5, and opened up at 8.5, and then now a 6.5. So, point game. Honestly, I just think the Eagles is one of the more dominant teams. I know Jalen Hurts didn't play well coming off 2 weeks to concussion, not throwing the ball well. I think they just leaning on Saquon. Saquon, maybe, is wearing down a bit, and they may need to pass the ball a little bit more. AJ Brown is becoming a problem. The defense is really, really good. So it's going to be interesting. I think last year the number one seed was Dallas the number one seed last year for them? Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting game. I expect Philly to run all over the Rams. I don't think it'll be competitive. I think Philly will win this game. I think it's a game they flex their muscles 28-10. I've never been a fan of Stafford going outdoors in the cold. I think it's going to rain in that or snow a little bit in that game. I think it'll be snowing, so I never trusted Stafford in the snow. I seen Stafford get his ass whooped by Matt Flynn in Green Bay in the snow. I never liked the way Stafford threw the ball outside in the cold. So I don't think Philadelphia, they cover the spread. They have no issue running over the Rams. It won't be competitive. I think the Eagles got one of the top pass defenses. They will cream the Rams. No way the Rams upset. No way, no how. They run all over the Rams. They run all over them. All the Rams did was duplicate what the Lions did to Sam Darnold. That won't work versus Jalen Hurts. And then the main event, 6:30 Sunday, Buffalo taking on Baltimore. I got Buffalo in this one. I know Baltimore ran all over them early this season. I think Baltimore got the Hogs to do it up front. I just don't like their performances in playoffs. I don't like the way Lamar performed in playoffs. Henry will be a problem. Stopping Henry and Lamar, that is going to be a problem. But also stopping Lamar Jackson, one of the worst pass defenses, is going to be a problem for Baltimore. I like Buffalo. I think Buffalo find a way to get it done, but they can't be sleepwalking. They can't have a slow start like they did against Denver. If Denver could put some points up, that game would have been totally different. And if they have a slow start like that with Baltimore, they might get the doors blew up. But I'm saying they at home. I think they win. I think they win by a field goal. I think it'll be competitive, but I like Buffalo in that game. I think Josh Allen is just going to be too much at the end. I just don't like the way Baltimore's pass defense. I don't like the way Baltimore performs in the playoffs at all. I mean, they did good yesterday versus the Steelers, but the Steelers, they kind of peaked a little bit early. So, yeah, I like Buffalo by 3. I like Philadelphia easily over the Rams. Cover the points. I don't know what the points is for Buffalo and Baltimore. I'm pretty sure it's close. At least 3 or something like that, 2.5, not sure. But I think they'll win by 3. Buffalo. I like the Lions not to cover the 9.5. That's a lot. I like Kansas City to cover the 9.5 over Houston Texans. But that's my opinion. Check out the NFL playlist for more videos like this. Hit the link tree. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Join the Patreon. Everything inside the link tree. Peace.